imprisonment as property demolition awaits you. Anyone convicted for court-related killings shall also face the full wrath of the law, which is death penalty. Beware, crime will not be tolerated anywhere in Edo State. Report suspected criminal activities around your neighborhood today. Edo must be safe. Edo must be great. Truly, a new Edo has risen. This message is brought to you by the Edo State government.
You're not moving, neither is the boss. And that guy trying to sell you a car charger you don't need. You're stuck in traffic, and we're stuck with you. Welcome to Drive O'Clock, the show that understands your traffic pain and makes it funny. We've got gist, real talk, community buzz, and just enough drama to keep things spicy. So if you're gonna be stuck in traffic, at least be stuck with the best crew on radio.
We are much breakfast here. This one, Drive O'Clock with DPO of the airwaves, Sarikin Talakawa, and it reach you live from 95.7 FM Benin, EBS Radio. If you touch the dial, you go collect.
How many times did they tell you? Drive O'Clock every 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Weekdays on 95.7 FM, EBS Radio. From the ancient city of Benin comes the pinnacle of broadcasting.
Star Station.
EBS.
The Edo State government has taken a bold stand against crime. The governor, Senator Monday Opelo, has signed into law the Kidnapping Prohibition Amendment Law 2025, bringing stricter penalties to eliminate kidnapping in our state. The law provides death penalty for convicted kidnappers and accomplices with their properties rented or owned, confiscated and destroyed. Following the Governor Opelo's zero tolerance for crime, the Secret Cult and Similar Activities Prohibition Law 2025 is now in effect. Sponsors of secret cult activities shall face 21 years in prison. Harborers of cultists, 10 years imprisonment as property demolition awaits you. Anyone convicted for cult-related killings shall also face the full wrath of the law, which is death penalty. Beware, crime will not be tolerated anywhere in Edo State. Report suspected criminal activities around your neighborhood today. Edo must be safe. Edo must be great. Truly, a new Edo has risen. This message is brought to you by the Edo State government.
We bring you current news as it happens from around Nigeria and the world. EBS Radio News.
Good morning, it's 6:30 and this is the news at dawn. I am Belema Ikiriko. The headlines. Governor Monday Opebolo dedicated his Supreme Court victory to Edo people. Edo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party congratulates Governor Opebolo on his Supreme Court victory. UNICEF says 712 children are infected with HIV daily. Here's more details into the report. The Supreme Court on Thursday affirmed the election of Governor Monday Opebolo, dismissing the appeal filed by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Aswegodalo, as lacking in merit. In this special report, Ayetutu Alufohai takes us through the hurdles that accumulated in the Supreme Court victory for Governor Monday Opebolo. Here's the report. Apology for that report. Moving on, in the meantime, Governor Monday Okpebholo has hailed the Supreme Court judgment affirming him as the duly elected governor of Edo State, describing it as a land-backed decision that marks the end of all legal challenges arising from the 2024 governorship election. In a statement issued on Thursday by his chief press secretary, Frederick Okpebholo celebrated the ruling as not only a personal milestone, but also a decisive moment for the entire state. Okpebholo expressed deep appreciation to the judiciary and the people of Edo State for the steadfast support throughout the legal battle. The governor also stressed that the judgment should be seen as a victory for all Edo citizens. Moving on, a special parade session was on Thursday held at the Edo State House, Benin City, to celebrate the Supreme Court judgment affirming the victory of Governor Monday Okpebholo in the September 21, 2024 governorship election in the state. The session was organized by the Special Advisor to Governor Monday Okpebholo on Religious Matters and Chaplain, Government House Faraday, Ozehume. Juliet Assain brings the report.
Mood at the Edo Government House Chapel, with songs of praise and dances, the hand of God was acknowledged in the electoral process that saw the emergence of Senator Monday Okpebholo as governor of Edo State and subsequent affirmation of the victory from the Tribunal, Court of Appeal, and now the Supreme Court.
And today happens to be the day Edo people, Edo State, that supported discipline Senator Monday Okpebholo, is today they have been waiting for the final good news for him. That is why we are here to praise the Lord, to worship him in spirit and in truth.
Others in attendance speak.
But when God chooses you, nobody can contend with you. And the right place, God does not pick the qualified. When he picks you, he qualifies you. That's what is confirming today. Today, God goes to confirm Senator Okpebholo as the right person to be governor at this time. So we are here to celebrate him, to thank him. When you thank somebody, he does more for you.
Because when God starts something, he finishes it. We started with praise in the campaign, and we are here to assure ourselves that when God starts something, he will end it in praise. So we are here to come and praise.
Be a part of what God is doing in this land. God will perfect that which concerneth the governor and the state. The governor doesn't talk, but is working.
We know that the Supreme Court judgment is a confirmation of what the Lord has done in the spirit that is coming to manifestation. What God has done has ordained, no matter changes.
Juliet Samuel are saying, EBS News.
Some Nigerians in Benin City have congratulated Governor Monday Okpebholo for his victory at the Supreme Court, saying that it will strengthen his unwavering determination to transform Edo State. They stated this on Thursday in a chat with EBS Friday Ihimoto on the development. His report. Moving on, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Governor Monday Okpebholo on the Supreme Court affirmation of his election and advised the governor to be magnanimous in victory. President Tinubu, in a statement by his spokesman Bayo Onanuga, urged Governor Okpebholo to embrace the citizens of Edo across divides towards a singular vision of advancing the state development. President advised that now that Governor Okpebholo has cleared the legal hurdles, it is time for him to accelerate the delivery of exceptional services and good governance to the people of Edo State, which he has already begun to do. President Tinubu also congratulated the leadership and members of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in Edo State and called for cohesion and dedication in effectively discharging the mandate given by the people. Similarly, Oredo Council Authority has felicitated with Governor Monday Okpebholo on the Thursday Supreme Court victory. A statement endorsed by the acting chairman, permanent secretary, Amem Ebu, on behalf of management, staff and the people of Oredo local government area, noted that the well-deserved victory at the Supreme Court reaffirmed the mandate given to him by the people of Edo State on the 21st of September 2024. She said with the development, history has been made again and asserted that the Governor Monday Okpebholo mandate is ordained by God. The Nigeria Union of Journalists, Edo State Council, has congratulated Governor Monday Okpebholo on his victory at the Supreme Court, which affirmed his election and brought to an end the legal dispute that followed the 2024 governorship election. In a statement jointly signed by the NUG State Chairman Festus Olenke and Secretary Andy Egbon, the union described the judgment as a triumph for democracy and a reflection of the people's will. The union called on Governor Monday Okpebholo to be magnanimous in victory and to extend a hand of fellowship to all political actors, regardless of political affiliation. Still regarding the Supreme Court judgment, Edo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party Working Caretaker Committee has congratulated Governor Monday Okpebholo and reaffirmed its commitment to constructive engagement in the pursuit of good governance. In a statement, Chairman of the committee, Nosa Ogueva Ogubo, said PDP approach should be guided by maturity, patriotism, and an unwavering focus on policies that uplift the lives of Edo citizens. Ogueva Okubo extends profound gratitude to all dedicated members, supporters, and stakeholders for their unwavering support, commitment, sacrifices, and resilience in advancing the ideal of the PDP. The People's Democratic Party PDP candidate in the September 2024 governorship election in Edo State, Asuwe Ighodalo, says he feels a deep sense of betrayal in the Supreme Court judgment against his governorship bid. Ighodalo, in his reaction to the EBS court verdicts on Thursday, said though he accepted the finality of the judgment, he does not and cannot pretend that what was delivered amounts to justice. He spoke in a statement he personally signed in Abuja shortly after the EBS court ruled on the election dispute. We've reached our halfway back. You can watch EBS on StarTime Channel 113, GoTV Channel 141, and Terrestrial Channel 45. For the latest news and information, be sure to visit our website at ebsng.com. Join the conversation and listen live at ebsng.com/radio. Subscribe to EBS on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at EBS Benin. This news is reaching you live from EBS Radio Benin City at Edo State, Nigeria. The news will return shortly after this timeout.
Edo Broadcasting Service, 95.7 FM. News.
We celebrate the distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, officially declared winner by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Your mandate has been confirmed. Your victory upheld. From the ballot box to the courtroom, justice has spoken, and the people rejoice. Congratulations to the distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, a true symbol of resilience, integrity, and leadership. This is your time. Step forward with pride.
The Edo State government has taken a bold stand against crime. The governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has signed into law the Kidnapping Prohibition Amendment Law 2025, bringing stricter penalties to eliminate kidnapping in our state. The law provides death penalty for convicted kidnappers and accomplices with their properties rented or owned, confiscated and destroyed. Following the Governor Okpebholo's zero tolerance for crime, the Secret Cult and Similar Activities Prohibition Law 2025 is now in effect. Sponsors of secret cult activities shall face 21 years in prison. Harborers of cultists, 10 years imprisonment as property demolition awaits you. Anyone convicted for cult-related killings shall also face the full wrath of the law, which is death penalty. Beware, crime will not be tolerated anywhere in Edo State. Report suspected criminal activities around your neighborhood today. Edo must be safe. Edo must be great. Truly, a new Edo has risen. This message is brought to you by the Edo State government.
Edo Broadcasting Service, 95.7 FM. News.
Many thanks for staying tuned with us. This is the news at dawn on EBS Radio. Governor Monday Pebolo has intensified efforts in a bid to restore potable water in Edo Central after years of neglect in addressing water scarcity. The development was discussed by the Managing Director, Edo State Water Urban Corporation, Uyi Ekosehi, during a walking visit to the community in Esan Northeast Local Government Area. EBS Government House correspondent Moses Akpoma has details.
The initiative by the state government is aimed at providing relief to communities that have relied on alternative, often unsafe and expensive sources of water, particularly in Esan Northeast Local Government Area in Edo Central Senatorial District. Recall that Governor Monday Okpebholo has from onset reiterated his administration's resilience on infrastructural development, which include roads, electricity and drainage systems to foster economic growth and the general well-being of all. The newly installed infrastructure by the Managing Director, Edo State Water Urban Corporation, Uji Ekoswei, who led the team on the working visit to the community in Uboa, stressed that the efforts will ensure a consistent water supply to homes, schools, and healthcare centers.
Since last year, they've not had water. The dam, the treatment plant, the intake, they were completely down. So initially, I was told upon resumption that the major challenge Uboa community has is that the ductile pipes were mixed with UPVC. I drew Mr. Governor's attention to it, and graciously Mr. Governor approved that the pipes should be replaced. You saw the panels be changed. You saw the upgrade on the dosing pumps. So we improved it to 10 bar because we intend to take this water from here to other parts of Ishan.
Local residents who witnessed the installation expressed joy and relief at the development.
Subsequent MD that have been coming, they were promising they will change the rubber pipes. But thank God now that Senator Okpebholo has agreed to change the pipe. And so we are today very, very happy when we see the pipe coming in and the pipe being laid.
I have to thank the governor who have reviewed this matter because we have been suffering. We have been going to stream. So as at now, we have the hope that we are no longer going to stream. We cannot suffer again. The governor has abolished that suffering.
The restoration underscores commitment to grassroots development and responsive governance, which is expected to ease the burden of access to clean and potable water in the area. Moses Agboma, EBS News.
The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Bayo Ojulari, has again failed to appear before the Senate Committee on Public Accounts despite a 10-day ultimatum issued to him over the unaccounted funds totaling 200 trillion naira. Instead of appearing in person, the NNPCL GCEO sent representatives to the hearing on Thursday. However, the committee declined to engage with the delegation, insisting that only the group chief himself must appear to address the 11 critical financial queries raised in the company's audited statements. The Senate on Thursday removed Senator Natasha Akpoti Oduwagan from her current committee on diaspora and replaced her with Senator Anieka Basi, who represents Akwa Ibom Northeast Senatorial District. The decision was announced during plenary with no official reason given for the change. Senator Basi is expected to assume duties immediately. Meanwhile, the upper chamber has called on President Bola Tinubu to, on compassionate grounds, assist the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in paying a 200 million naira compensation to the family of 2-year-old Ivan Omorina, who was tragically killed during an NDLEA operation in Asaba, Delta State. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, on Thursday disclosed that the United States is mounting pressure on African countries to accept Venezuelan deportees. Tuga revealed that some of these Venezuelan deportees are prisoners in the U.S. He made this disclosure while speaking to journalists. He said that the issue of tariff may not necessarily have to do with Nigeria participating in BRICS. Still in the news, the 2025 HIV estimate report published by the United Nations Children's Fund on Thursday revealed that of the estimated 40.8 million people living with HIV/AIDS worldwide in 2024, 2.42 million were children aged 0 to 19. The report showed that each day in 2024, approximately 712 children became infected with HIV, and approximately 250 children died from AIDS-related causes, mostly due to inadequate access to HIV prevention care and treatment services. The global trend highlighted that in 2024, around 120,000 children aged 0 to 14 were newly infected with HIV, bringing the total number of children aged 0 to 14 living with HIV to 1,380,000, and nearly 86% of these children live in sub-Saharan Africa. The report noted that sub-Saharan Africa, particularly Southern Africa, remains the region most heavily affected by the epidemic. The Department of State Service on Thursday arraigned 5 suspects for alleged kidnapping of one Jeffrey Iserere in Benin City. The suspects are Uzo Obasoyi, Charles Edoho, Enofe Marves, Jumbu Edoleyi, and Jeffrey Iginoba. At a sitting which took place in the Edo State High Court, the presiding judge, Honorable Justice A.N. Erabo, who ordered the remand of the 5 accused persons in prison custody, said they committed the offense, which is punishable under Section 1, Kidnapping Prohibition Law of Edo State 2013. The accused persons in June 13, 2025, allegedly kidnapped one Jeffrey Iserere in Eyan on Benin Archie Road in Benin City. The case has been adjourned to a later date pending advice from the Department of Public Prosecution. A federal high court sitting in Benin City has adjourned hearing in the high-profile case involving allegations of aiding suicide and financial crimes linked to the death of Mrs. Lillian Omokale, daughter of the Chief Executive Officer of Uyi Technical Limited, Mr. Moriyu Oloton. Our chief correspondent, Festus Alenke, was in court on Thursday and filed in this report.
The financial crimes and aiding suicide case of Lillian Omokwale will now continue on the 21st of October 2025 following some administrative issues that did not allow the presiding judge, Honorable Justice B.O. Quadri, to sit. At the last sitting, the prosecution counsel, P.O. Odion Esquire, substituted the original charge sheet dated 21st July 2024 with a revised version dated 22nd May 2025, effectively altering the duration of the case. Under the amended charge, Jessica Igodala Owoe is now listed as the principal defendant, while 2 others, Akpes Omoodion and Esther Egomo Oisamoje, are co-defendants. This development followed the formal discharge of 3 individuals previously charged, Chukudi Akpotowo, Blessing Jato, and Vincent Nwago, upon application by the prosecution acting under the directive of the Inspector General of Police. The refined charges accused the other 3 defendants of conspiring in 2020 to launder money, operate an illegal banking business without a valid license, and aid the suicide of Mrs. Lillian Omokwale. They were also alleged to have forged or illegally acquired a deed of transfer involving the deceased. The proceedings have increasingly centered on the actions of Jessica Ogowen, whose repeated failure to appear in court has drawn harsh criticism from the bench. In November 2024, Justice Quadri issued a bench warrant for her arrest. During a hearing on February 4, 2025, the prosecution told the court that Ogowen was deliberately evading trial and treating the court with contempt, a situation that may now warrant the involvement of international police, Interpol. Her former counsel, O.I. Asenogwan, told the court that she was undergoing medical treatment in Germany and offered apologies for her absence. Her current lawyer, Dele Igbenedion, has taken a different task, questioning the prosecution's failure to verify her medical status and filing a motion on notice seeking to quash the charges and vacate the bench warrant. The court had been expected to rule on that motion at the last sitting, but those arguments were overtaken by the substitution of the charge sheet, which now frames the proceedings afresh. The complainant counsel, Douglas Ogbankwa, said they are ready to go on with the case.
The court did not sit today, and because of that, parties on agreement took the 21st of October, for the case to continue. That's exactly what happened. So, not substantially happened today, just that the registrar of court asked us to take it. The court have given a directive before that the first defendant, Jessica Ogo-Engodala, should produce herself to be arraigned in court. But till now, she has evaded arraignment, and the court was to get reports so that the court will know what to do after now.
All parties will now return to court on the 21st of October 2025 for further hearing. From the Federal High Court in Benin City, Festus Alenke, EBS News.
To end the news, here are some of our top stories. We reported to you that Governor Monday Okpebholo has dedicated his Supreme Court victory to Edo people. Edo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has congratulated Governor Okpebholo on his Supreme Court victory. UniFirst has said 712 children are infected with HIV daily. And that ends the news at dawn as edited by Clement Akasie. I am Belema Ikiriko. Good morning.
Sunday at 8 p.m. Tune in to From the Calvary, where powerful messages and sermons from the pulpit are brought directly to you, right from the heart of the church to the comfort of your home. Churches and ministries, here's your chance to share the word with a wider audience at a moderate and affordable charge. For more details, contact the commercial department at Edo Broadcasting Service at Duawa, Benin City, or call 0802-893-6697. From the Calvary, let the message be heard. We celebrate the distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, officially declared winner by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Your mandate has been confirmed. Your victory upheld. From the ballot box to the courtroom, justice has spoken, and the people rejoice. Congratulations to the distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, a true symbol of resilience, integrity, and leadership. This is your time. Step forward with pride. From the ancient city of Benin comes the pinnacle of broadcasting. EBS.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here from Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial *900# on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
It don't set between Edo State government and kidnappers, plus all those where they help them do bad things for Edo State. Caterpillars go bulldoze any house or community where kidnappers they hide people where them kidnap. Then go learn new things. As government don't make ogbonge law for kidnapping matter, who gets here making take them here. If una they kidnap, they join plan to kidnap. They borrow phone to kidnappers or help them collect ransom. If government babu na, no be prison matter at all. So therefore, if una here, see or know where kidnappers they do their ururu business, just run go report them to government before they count on a puto. Even self na so they sentence they wait gidigba for people wey carry cultism matter for head. They buy people anyhow for those states. If na sponsor of cultists you be, na 21 years for prison. Those where they keep them for house go collect 10 years for prison. Say no to kidnapping. Say no to cultism. And no forget to report any ururu or krukere waka to government. This message now from Edo State government too.
You're not leaving, neither is the boss. And that guy tried to sell you a car charger you don't need. You're stuck in traffic, and we're stuck with you. Welcome to Drive O'Clock, the show that understands your traffic pain and makes it funny. We've got gist, real talk, community buzz, and just enough drama to keep things spicy. So if you're gonna be stuck in traffic, at least be stuck with the best crew on radio.
We are much breakfast here. This one na Drive O'Clock with DPO of the airwaves, Sarikin Talakawa, and it reach you live from 95.7 FM Benin, EBS radio. If you touch the dial, you go collect.
How many times would they tell you? Drive O'Clock every 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Weekdays on 95.7 FM, EBS radio. For them. From the ancient city of Benin comes the pinnacle of broadcasting. EBS.
Hello, MTN is doing a thing with the MTN Mega Billion promo. Plenty of Nigerians are winning big and you could be next. You don't even need to call MTN to claim your prizes. If you're a winner, they'll call you and text you directly. So keep an eye on your phone because your number could make you richer. Every weekday at 7 p.m., loads of Nigerians are getting the chance to win with prizes up to 5 million naira daily, 10 million weekly, and plenty of other cash prizes. Anyone could be the next winner. So to join, simply dial star 900 # star 900 # on your MTN line. Then every recharge of 100 naira or more will earn you more points and boost your chances to win at 7 p.m., which is yellow o'clock. And for those of you that aren't MTN subscribers, you have no worry. You just go to get yourself an MTN line ASAP because this promo won't wait for you. While I'm actually talking, I'm recharging my phone because it's almost 5 p.m. and that is when they stop counting points for today. But no worries, if you recharge after 5 p.m., those points will count towards your chances for tomorrow. So don't miss out on your opportunity to win big on the MTN Mega Billion promo, which ends on the 31st of September. So go make a difference with your recharge today, and you might just win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo. Terms and conditions apply. Visit mtn.ng for more details.
From the ancient city of Benin comes the pinnacle of broadcasting.
Your star station.
EBS.
Good morning. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Know you've been waiting for it. 'Cause I see you watching. So let's go. Let's get it poppin'. 'Cause I'll be leaning on the bar that's cleaner than the sun. These bars won't give me my pride. 25 on the bag, I'll be stunting on it. Bring it back 'cause it won't stop. Cut your boyfriend feeling like a groupie. You know, we on that. Like this, looking like a movie. You know, we on that. Everybody know who the truth is. You know, we on that. You know, 'cause I'm blowing like a movie. You know, we on that. Hello, good morning, how you doing? What the move here? Welcome to the future, I'm the captain of the cool kids. The revolution's never been televised. Great booty, better thighs, I ain't wanna tell her bye. First I tell her hi, then I give her one and let her fly. Never tell a lie, tonight you couldn't find a better guy. King shoot, fly to anyone you can sing with. Gangsta distinguished, cool as a penguin. Got a team of them, honey, feel free to bring with. She fine, wait and fly away at my convenience. You sing tip, checking in a 5-star suite with some 5-star freaks. Getting high all week, catch me in the week. Hours of the night when y'all sleep. In a fast car, super bad broads, backseat. That's me, see I'm letting nice. A couple nights to the moon, say goodbye in the sun. Greeting us like, hello. Good morning. Let's go, let's go. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good evening. You blow. You feeling. 'Cause you know that you really need it. And I'm the one that you wanna be with. But right now, baby, you dreaming. Wake up and turn the lights on. 'Cause I'm leaning on the bar that's cleaner than the sun. These bars won't give me my pride. 25 on the bag, I'll be stunting on it. Bring it back 'cause the people won't stop. Got your boyfriend feeling like a groupie. You know, we on that. Like this, looking like a movie. You know, we on that. Everybody know who the truth is. You know, we on that. I know 'cause I'm blowing on that movie. You know, we on that. Let's go. Good morning. Let's go. Hello. Let's go. Good morning. Let's go. Hello. Hey, yo. Hey, turn me up a little bit more. I don't think they can hear me. Check this out. Bad boy. Let's work. Come on. Let's work. Don't stop. Let's work. It's that dirty money. How fly is he? Your baby mama cry for me like Jodeci. So how you not notice me? Pull up to the club in the coldest V. Literally cold. Little did he know how that did he flow. How that did he go so hard like a crowbar, still getting dough. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Nothing can save you. Such a boyfriend feeling like a groupie. You know, we don't sound like this, looking like a movie. You know, we on that. And everybody know who the truth is. You know, we on that. As low as I'm going on that movie. You know, we on that. Good morning. Let's go, let's rock. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Business City. How are we doing today? It is 8 minutes into the hour of 7 o'clock, and it is the morning drive. And yes, of course, your Friday crew is here. I have my humble self, Bellama. You can also call me Sugar Baby. And also, the only Saint in the building, St. Patrick. Good morning.
All right, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. You're on to the show this morning. They just had a song, Didi, of course, with Hello, Good Morning. And we understand that he's presently having a legal battle. And his sentencing is set for October 3rd. In Federal Prostitution Convention, and that's it set for October 3rd. And you just mark your calendar, and you actually get the final judgment of Didi come October 3rd. And he's going to have his final sentencing date for his prostitution conviction in his federal criminal trial. And a lot of things happening in those states, jubilation everywhere. As Senator Governor Monday Okpebolo has been affirmed as the duly elected governor of Edo State. And not leaving, we also have Claudia. Will I call you Claudia, baby?
You said I'm an adult now, as if I've grown.
And Claudia, baby, is looking so superbly beautiful this morning.
My God, I'm blushing. Good morning.
All right, guys, you know how we always do it on the morning drive. We keep you updated with current news across social media and as well in the papers. We're going to first of all bomb into the social media to know what's trending.
Let's really talk about the victory of Governor Mondo Okpebolo yesterday at the Supreme Court. It's I will call it a victory for Nigeria, and that has affirmed that Governor Mondo Okpebolo, it's the duly elected governor of Edo State. The victory at the Supreme Court has put an end to the entire legal dispute with the PDP and Aswegodalo being contesting, saying that he's not the governor-elect of Edo State, but the court said yes, he's the duly elected governor of Edo State. And the Supreme Court judgment has affirmed him as the duly elected governor of Edo State. I would like to say kudos and congratulations to His Excellency Governor Mondo Okpebolo. We've seen congratulatory messages coming in from different personalities, and that we received that from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria yesterday, and also the Senate President also sent in his, and also the progressive governors. They've also congratulated the governor of Edo State. We have also seen others coming in from the NUJ president and so many others. And they'll be tripping in this morning.
Yeah, sure. Okay, moving away from that to the national level, we have an update actually breaking. We have something coming from the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. He says that the president does not have the power to remove a sitting governor. He says the president does not have the power to remove a sitting governor. Let's hear what he said directly from his mouth.
The last 4 years of the Jonathan administration, I was the most demonized person. I was the public enemy number one. And there are two gentlemen seated here. Certain decisions are taken in a very rare peace cycle. The President, the Vice President, the Senate President, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. In one of such conclaves, former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan GCFR, Aminu Waziri to remove a sitting governor, not even a councillor. They sought for the opinion of another SAN in the cabinet, Kabiru Turaki, who said, I am concurring with the opinion of my senior colleague. That was how the matter was laid to rest, but that was how my relationship with Mr. Bello Adoke.
All right, so in summary, he's trying to say that the president has no right to remove a present sitting governor.
It's constitutional. The president does not have the right to remove a duly elected governor of any state. And that's the reason why when the talks the spread happening that happened in River State.
True.
The president need to intervene in that to calm both parties together by suspending Fubara and suspending the House of Assembly members and all of that, and to put an end to the tussle that was happening in River State.
Yeah.
And with all of that, you'll notice that there's peace now in River State. There's peace now in River State.
So it's a good thing that the president intervened.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
And what happened in River State is not that the president removed Fubara.
It's suspended.
It's a suspension. It's a suspension, and it's not removed. It's not a total remover. With speculations, things we've heard from the media lately is that Fubara might likely come in.
Yeah, because he has, mended ties with his superior. All right, Dexter, giving you updates. We are moving over to Delta State. The senator representing Delta Central, Senator Ede Danfionone, has empowered his constituents with POS machine and 50,000 naira. He did this recently on Thursday. He empowered his constituents people with POS machines and 50,000 naira.
An empowerment is an empowerment. There's nothing wrong with you empowering people with a POS machine and 50,000 naira. That's to me. I don't see anything wrong with that. Giving your people, because we can find a lot of people going into that business today. And a lot of people,
lucrative business,
yes, lucrative business. A lot of people also finding it difficult to get into the business because they don't have the funds, they don't have the money to get into it. So I'm sure he asked questions. He did a survey of what the community, what they need, and what we also boost. Create kind of like a job for
so
the
agriculture
people.
is not there. Something manufacturing production is not an alternative. He decided to give them POS machines and 50K.
Agriculture, probably
Claudia, baby, say something about it.
I just want him to finish first.
Okay. Finish.
I understand that POS is a way to empower people, but looking at the recent hike in food prices and all that, what will POS and 50,000 naira do? I mean, if you want to empower people, empower them so that they don't come back begging.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm not saying that what he did was wrong.
Wait, hold on. If you're doing POS business, why will you come back begging? With 50,000 naira to start?
You need money.
You need money to...
Yes. You need money to fund your wallet.
You need money to fund your wallet.
Yes.
That is the reason why he's starting up with 50,000 naira. It's like a small scale. You have to start gradually. With time, you start growing up.
For how long?
It won't take time.
Would there be competition in this area with POS people? Since I'm sure he gave over like 100 or even 200 people this POS, there will be serious competition.
Of course, now, because you have. So who will the customers come to? You understand? They need money also to sustain this thing.
How is this empowering?
So when you empower them, you're supposed to give them a whole lot of money to actually sustain them for a while before they start making profit. So if I may ask, can he even get a shoe for 50,000 naira? He will not wear it. So he should consider that, or even if his lifestyle, even if their lifestyle is flamboyant, they will not wear shoes of 50,000 naira.
In other words, you're saying 50,000 naira, giving these people 50,000 naira is not enough?
No.
Okay, moving away from that to EBS State, we just have this new report. It's a breaking in report that EBS State government plans tougher disciplinary actions against absentee public school teachers by introducing biometric attendance.
That's good. It's a good decision.
A very good one.
Very, very good decision.
Good one.
It's a laudable one. Teachers need to be in school to teach And looking at the recent results from the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAM result,
it shows that
you'll
teachers
notice that you will notice that a lot of students didn't do well in this particular examination. So teachers need to do well to teach the students, so in order for them to come out in flying colors.
Exactly. So enough of the truancy. You know, people will say it's government work. Yeah, so right now, let's see what happens with the biometric.
Okay.
We have also seen cases where teachers don't come to class. They just come. We've seen that in the past where teachers will ask students to probably break mellow.
Yes.
They'll ask them. Yeah, we've seen that in the past.
Of course.
Yes.
In
We've seen that in the
public
past.
schools, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. All right, moving away from that, let's head into the daily newspaper. What paper are we starting with?
All right, let's begin with this day newspaper this morning. We have the big caption here. Shettyman, how Tambuwa told Jonathan he had no power to remove elected governors. And that's talking about what Sugar Baby spoke about earlier, and the audio, the soundbite we listened to earlier this morning. And said, and on the radar we have recalls how Speaker saved him from removal at Borno governor. Says culture of secrecy in public service must be broken. And we have Jonathan Aboki. It's a good example of how Buhari victimized, persecuted my ministers. And we also have this issues surrounding OPL 245 still not sorted. Makinde insists SAGF was one of those that persuaded Jonathan to concede 2015 poll, RFI recalls. And we have this on the masthead. UBA announces strategic expansion into key markets across Africa, and how Vice President visited Aden Buhari in London on Tinubu's directive. And I think the last time we talked about an update about Buhari's health, we heard about that he's a bit down in the UK. And we're seeing this report now saying how Vice President visited Aden Buhari in London on Tuesday on Tinubu's directive, and this you can find that on page 9. And we have more story here. We have presidency will never stop issuance of 5-year non-immigrant visas to U.S. citizens. It's trending already. Okay, let's quickly look at this story here. And says Nigeria has e-visa policy for U.S. Many other nations citizens. U.S. has declined reciprocal voting for Nigerians. And UK launches e-visa for Nigerian study, working, and applicants. You can find that from the front page of the This Day newspaper of today. And let's quickly look at some other juicy story that you can find from This Day newspaper. We have Reuters, Dangote refinery planning 1.6 million barrels fish storage tanks in Namibia. And Dangote refinery planning 1.6 million barrels fish storage tanks in Namibia, and facilities to supply petrol, diesel to Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, oil force as possible OPEC, and hike pause signals warning demand. And that's what you can find from This Day newspaper of this morning.
All right, moving away from that, first of all, we have a new Friday appearance. We have Benedict Okate from our editorial. Good morning, sir. It's just surprising to see you here today.
Good morning, colleagues and teammates.
All right, good morning, Benedict Okate.
Any update for us?
Well, I'm here to...
I'm sure you are here to give us an update about the present situation at Agbo Road.
Yes.
Because you've been in that case for quite some time. I'm sure that's why you're here this morning,
yes,
to give us an update on that.
Thank you so much. Precisely, Benin Agbo Road, like you have observed, I have visited severally in the past 1 week. I've gone there twice, And the situation there on that axis of the Edo State capital is pathetic with regards to the deplorable condition of the federal government-owned highway. People are going through excruciating pains. Producers there, and from the last count, several vehicles have been trapped. More than 8 trucks are at the moment trapped on that axis of the road between the NNPC Benin Depot and the bypass axis of the road.
So did you come through that? Did you come through Agbo Road this morning?
Yes, I was able to.
So
meander
what's
my way
the
through.
present situation?
Yes, the situation, like I have said earlier, the 2 sides of the road from Benin Depot there to the bypass, they are virtually not motorable at the moment, and motorists, especially the commercial driver, they must eke out a living. They now have to take alternative routes and go through some of those roads within the communities on the axis of Benin City to ensure that they take passengers through that axis of Benin City and bring them out. And the most worrisome part of all this is that the transportation fare on that axis of Benin City is on the high side.
Okay.
For example, from the bypass end to Ramat Park, you beg for 800, 900 naira, and before now it was about 500 naira. You beg for it, and when it rains, like for the past few days, it has been raining. To go to bypass from Ramat Park, you pay as much as 1,200 and 1,500 naira. It is pathetic indeed.
So what's the possible solution? We understand that there are so many other passable roads that can take you to Agbo Road before. There are other routes like
we have the old road there.
The old road from College Road can also take you to Agbo Road.
And
so is that still motorable?
It's not even motorable because of the persistent flooding in that axis of Benin City. It's not motorable at the moment. But the bottom line now is we are appealing to the federal government to do what is needful, because you will recall in the last interview I had with the Federal Controller for Works Edo State, Babatunde Tajuddin, he did say that relevant authorities have visited, and the last visit was 20th of June 2025 from the presidency, and they are to work on that road soonest. But the major concern of motorists on Benin Agbo Road at this point is that not the 10 lanes they said they want to construct on that road. At the moment, they should take steps to ensure that those terrible portions, especially around the Winners Chapel, Charlie Otto, before the NNPC, before the bypass, and as well as even as far as to first upstairs, there is a portion there now that is terrible. Motorists are compelled to now use one way, and which is endangering the lives of even pedestrians. Even the last report I brought from there, you saw school children. They were trying to meet children, and you know the risk associated with such movement. So our call is on the federal government to please do the needful as soon as possible.
All right, thank you so very much, Benedict Okate, for that report. For those of you just joining, it is the Morning Drive on EBS Radio, and we're going to be opening up the phone line pretty soon, and the number is 0904-436-2225. 0904-436-2225. When we open up the phone line, we'll get to hear your opinion on any of the headlines. Claudia, baby, do you have any paper you'd like to share with us?
All right, quickly look at...
All right, if there's none, we'll move over to Daily Post newspaper. We have this one, and it says, no one can chase us out of Plateau. It is our state to Fulani youth leaders vow. No one can chase us out of Plateau. It's our state to Fulani youth leader vows. Now, the Fulani youth leader in Plateau State, Hamisu Garba, has insisted that any attempt by native to forcefully intimidate or oppress them, they are not going to tolerate it because it is their state. Okay, that one is coming from Daily Post newspaper. We have something coming from the Foreign Affairs Minister. He says U.S. pressuring Africans to accept Venezuelan deportees. U.S. pressuring Africans to accept Venezuelan deportees. And I wonder why. Why do you have anything to say concerning this recent development that Trump is doing, sending deporting Venezuelans to Africa. Is this their new home?
It's not their new. I think it's just a way of meting up punishment on them. Yes, because Venezuelans are quite closer to them than Africa.
Okay.
So I wonder why they are trying to bring them here.
Okay, moving away from that, we have something coming from NMPCL GMD, the missing 210 trillion naira. Again, NMPC GMD Ojulari snubs the Nigerian Senate. Missing 210 trillion naira. Again, NMPCL GMD Ojulari snubs the Nigerian Senate. I wonder why he has the guts to do this. Any say concerning this report? All right, none. Okay, moving over to Benue. Suspected herdsmen attack Kadako, kill Iron Money and injure policeman. And Benue suspected herdsmen attack Kadako, kill Iron Money and also injure policeman. Away from that, we have on the national level, we have something coming from XGF Mustafa. He says, you are wrong. Tinubu helped Buhari in 2015 and former Buhari ally tells Mustafa. Okay. And we have 210 beggars apprehended as crackdown on scavengers. One chance begins in Abuja. 210 beggars apprehended as crackdown on scavengers. One chance begins in Abuja. I think this one is a welcome development, we would say.
No, it's not.
For them to arrest 210 beggars, because there's this rumor that they might be the ones involved in this.
It is a welcome development.
It is a welcome development,
but
what I'm
also
looking
they
at
should also
is
find a lasting solution for them.
A lasting solution.
But in one chance thing, the beggars, do they drive? That's what I'm looking. That's the aspect I'm looking at.
They can enter a car.
They don't drive. Because if you look at the one chance cases,
it can be conspired.
It's usually except that it's usually from motorists. You know, people enter the vehicle, and before you know what's happening, they are being attacked or kidnapped, as the case may be. So, are you saying that these beggars will just? Some of them don't. They're handicapped.
Yes,
so
true.
Are they going to drive with their bad legs?
Well, like Pat said, they should actually scrutinize it properly.
Yeah.
Okay, we still have something coming from Daily Post. Shatima hit a disagreement with Tinubu of a state of emergency in Rivers. All of a sudden, it seems like Shatima is, trying to, dictate some of the statements or some of the.
I listened to the words of Tinubu. Of Shatima, I beg your pardon. He wasn't talking about the Rivers crisis. He was talking about himself. What happened back then when he was governor of Borno State, and he was to be removed by the then president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and he also said that the president does not have right to remove a sitting governor, a governor that was duly elected. So he wasn't talking about a Rivers guy. I'm sure.
That is what the papers are saying.
Yeah,
he hinted that he did not agree with it.
Yeah, a lot of people are also trying to drag the Rivers situation into what the statement he made.
Well, it is actually specified here that he did not agree with President Bola Tinubu's decision to declare a state of emergency in Rivers. So he is opting out from it and saying he is not in total agreement with this fact or with this behavior that the president actually did by declaring state of emergency in Rivers, saying that the president is not supposed to involve himself in such affairs. And we have Kwankwaso politics. Kwankwaso supporters may soon join APC. This is coming from Bashi Ahmad. Kwankwaso supporters may soon join the APC. And we have something coming from the presidency. Atiku Peter Obi ticket can defeat Tinubu coalition. No threat to APC. Okay, I can't wait to see how this 2027 election will go. I can't wait to see the aftermath. I can't wait to see 2027 to just come in a hurry. Let's know who will be on that turn. Anyway, that is all from Daily Post newspaper.
All right, moving on to the Punch newspaper this morning. We have this big caption here: autonomy. All right, autonomy stand off. Governance get 4.5 trillion naira local government funds 1 year after, and it's coming from the Supreme Court. And let's really look at that story here quickly. Autonomy standoff. Governors get 4.5 trillion local government funds 1 year after Supreme Court's ruling. And let's look at the first two paragraphs of that story here. Exactly 1 year after the Supreme Court granted full autonomy to the 774 local government areas, the federal government has continued to channel allocations through state governments. And analysis by the Punch shows that state governors retained control of council allocations totaling 4.5 trillion naira, defying the landmark judgment that mandated direct funding to local government.
Okay.
And we have NNPC refineries may never work again. And it's coming from Aliko Dangote saying NNPC refineries may never work again.
Yeah, especially with the whole 210 trillion naira, issue with the GMO of NNPCL.
Let's really see why he's saying that. Let's look at that story. The president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has doubted the possibility of the state-owned Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries functioning again. And Dangote also stated that the refineries, which are under the management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, had gulped up to $18 billion, yet have refused to work.
You can say it because they have actually laundered the money, so there's no money left again to rehabilitate the refinery.
Where did the money go to?
All right, Nigeria rejected U.S. push to accept Venezuelan deportees, and it's coming from Tuga. Nigeria rejected U.S. push to accept Venezuelan deportees, and corrupt politicians using crypto wallets to launder money. EFCC chair speaking there.
Finally, they now observe that one. Many people have been able to hide money using crypto. If someone wants to actually invest a lot of money, they say send it to my wallet.
My wallet.
That has been another, because you can actually trace such account once you put it in crypto. You can't trace. It's not like bank accounts. There's no BVN. There's nothing at all. So it's one of the best ways you can actually launder huge money.
I think it's another way for these guys into fraud to also carry out their activities.
So it's high time EFCC.
Just put it in my crypto wallet.
It's high time EFCC start digging into that area as well.
All right, local government poll ballot snatching will trigger by-election, says LESEC. Local government poll ballot snatching will trigger by-election, says LESEC. And constant for donkey genitals smuggling intercepts 40-feet container. Custom for donkey genitals smuggling intercept 40-feet containers. Stop enriching discos with public funds, Senate tells federal government. And 22 arraigned over 13 Plateau wedding guest killing. 22 arraigned over 13 Plateau wedding guests killing. And 3-year-old boy dies inside Lagos Sukeway.
That's so sad.
And gunmen abduct 2 police officials, burn houses in Plateau. Akwa Ibom man to die by hanging for killing brother. And armed headers kill 4 security men on patrol in Benue. And on the business angle, custom for donkey. Okay, we've seen that before. And WAPCO government agencies partnering on cross-border gas distribution. And in politics, inside the power struggle, splitting Delta North APC, we are targeting 5,000 housing units before 2027. Sokoto Information Commission is speaking there. And Sokoto Obedient Movement reject vice president slots for Peter Obi. Sokoto Obedient Movement rejects vice president slot for Peter Obi.
All right.
ADC coalition, Adegbeshola calls for unity to defeat APC in 2027. And Wike hails Okpebholo's Supreme Court victory. We've seen a lot of people who hailed the victory of Governor Mondo Okpebholo at the Supreme Court yesterday. We saw that from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we also saw from the Senate President of Nigeria and progressive governors. And now Wike, it's also applauding the victory of Governor Mondo Pablo at the Supreme Court. And in sport, we have Metu set for Fanabase move, spending medical, and female yellow-green Storm Benin camp for World Cup qualifiers. And lastly, 5 players out of Chan Eagles camp. And joining us this morning, it's Desmond. I'd like to say good morning to you, Desmond.
Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Benin City. Sorry for coming. Slightly late.
I understand they call you Desi Baby lately.
Nobody calls me Desi Baby.
There's no baby in it, just Desi.
I haven't heard about Desi Baby. Desi Baby now.
All right, good to have you here this morning.
Thank you, Patrick. Reacting to, I heard you read that the obedient movement say they reject Obi to be second.
To be the vice president candidate,
a running mate, to anybody. It is obvious because even before now they've been saying that it is either Obi runs for presidency or nothing. That they will not take Obi to be second. Obi as a name, Peter Obi as a name in Nigeria now. All over Nigeria, it cannot be said to be a second to be a running mate to be a running mate to anybody. I think no matter which political party Obi comes out, the people will still vote for him, whether or not he wins at the end of the day. So I think they are in the right direction. That's the obedient movement now.
All right, for those of you just joining us, still the morning drive. We're going to just quickly go on a short break. We'll be right back.
The distinguished Senator Monday Opolo officially declared winner by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Your mandate has been confirmed. Your victory upheld. From the ballot box to the courtroom, justice has spoken, and the people rejoice. Congratulations to the distinguished Senator Monday Opolo, the true symbol of resilience, integrity, and leadership. This is your time. Step forward with pride.
All right, welcome back, guys. It's still the morning drive. I'm going to be moving over to the Punch newspaper this morning. I beg your pardon, the Sun newspaper. So we have in Benue State, Benue residents allege ethnic cleansing as violence persists. Benue residents are alleging ethnic cleansing as violence persists. And we have police promise maximum security ahead of local government elections in Lagos. Police promise maximum security ahead of local government elections in Lagos. Adam Opebolo's victory. Edo Guba, Tinubu government on orders hail Opebolo's victory. We also have even the Senate President Apapio. He has also given his congratulatory message to our Senator Monday Opebolo. And also have something coming from ADC. Mark and orders meet ADC state chairman and promises inclusion. Mark orders meet ADC state chairman and promises inclusion. And we also have a report coming from INEC. INEC gets 7 new registrations application. INEC gets 7 new registration application.
INEC is getting 7 new applications?
Yes, 7 new registration applications.
For political parties?
Political parties, yeah.
Let's get that more insight into
Okay, let's look at
that
that
report then. So the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has disclosed that 7 new political associations have applied to request registration as political parties, bringing the total of applications to 129. So I think we have 7 new political parties.
But I don't see any reason why registering a political party because at the end of the day,
we still have two.
You still have two in focus.
Or at the most three.
And we're stressing the...
Now we have 4. ADC has come on board.
The end of stressing INEC chairman during when they are collecting results.
A lot of money will not be spent.
Yeah,
and also ballot box, ballot papers, and all that.
And also when they are collecting results, sometimes it's always tiring when you start hearing some
funny names.
Yes, some funny names, some funny names with zero votes.
Yes.
So what's the essence of it? What's the essence of it?
You know.
If you ask me, who will I ask? All right, we have something coming from business. Nigeria real estate to hit 2.61 trillion naira by year end. Despite headwinds, Nigeria real estate to hit 2.61 trillion US dollar. I beg your pardon, by year end. That means the real estate business is really progressing. Is making a lot. Is yielding a lot of money.
It's not new. That's not new.
Why did anyone tell me I should actually venture into that? Okay, we have something coming from pensioners. Pensioners lament entitlement exclusion and seek the NHRC and the National House of Assembly intervention. Pensioners are lamenting entitlement exclusion and they're seeking intervention of the National Assembly.
Oh yes, pensioners, especially at the federal level, it's not been rosy for them over the years. We have one of our callers here, adhered listener, in the person of Mr. Ogba, who always, anytime he calls, he complains, that he was a federal worker, retired about 2012 or 13 or so. And since then, he's not been paid. And he always, you hear me say, oh, some pensioners, some of them they for wheelchair, some don't die. It is so saddening that you work for over 30 years, 35 years, and at the end of the day, you don't get your remunerations. It's just so sad. These are senior citizens that are supposed to enjoy their retirement benefits. But thank God for our own state, who I think batch by batch, although we are not still there yet, but at least Edo State pensioners are not among those that are groaning and crying in pains that they've not received their money. I know on a monthly basis they get their pension, and batch by batch they've been getting their what do you call it now?
The pension.
No, not pension. Their gratuities. So I think other states and the federal government should also take a clue from Edo State and see how best you can fix and pay these people up. Yeah.
So it is better to be a state pensioner than the federal now. Is that what you're saying?
Of course. Of course.
That means you're happy in advance.
Of course, I should be.
The state is always lucky. Always lucky.
All right, still in the papers, we have something coming from Igodalo, Asue Igodalo. He's angry as Tinubu and government praise Opebolo's court victory. Do you guys feel that
he also congratulates?
But he's also very angry, as there's a lot of congratulatory messages going to Governor Monday Opebolo. Do you feel he has any right to be angry over the final verdict?
If he has accepted defeat, why is he still complaining about other people congratulating?
He did not accept it fully. He's trying to be happy and still sad.
The area I'm looking at, he's complaining about all the other people, the president, the Senate president, all that's congratulating the governor.
Yes,
it's a well-deserved victory and all that. So it's not. He shouldn't complain about other people congratulating the governor. He should do the same.
But he has also every right to express his impressions on how he feels.
Definitely.
That is not to say.
Feelings.
That is not to say at this point that we are. I don't think it's a time to now be angry again. But he has every right to, if he so wants to.
So he had every right to stop people from congratulating the governor.
No, to be angry over what people say about the victory of the governor. He has a right to be angry.
That victory is actually sweet. Defeat.
Exactly. And so, but right now, we urge Aswe Godalo to bring out his wealth of experience. This is also his state. Join the governor to also make Edo State a better place for us all.
All right, you heard that from Desi. Okay, we have autonomy standoff. Governors get 4.5 trillion naira local government funds 1 year after Supreme Court ruling. Autonomy standoff. Governments get 4.5 trillion naira. I thought they have shifted the whole allocation to the local government chairmen. They are the ones that will be receiving this allocation instead of the state government. It seems like the state government,
Some states are still foot dragging on that. Yeah, I don't think it's fully. Local governments are fully autonomized financially and administratively. Some states are still foot dragging. They still don't want to give in. They don't even want to wake up to see that this money is now coming directly from the center to the local government. So there are still pockets of states that don't want to let go of the federal of the local governments.
All right, what paper are we moving on to next?
All right, while we await other papers, let's really give a traffic report. And our team here, they've dropped the update this morning for traffic. And we have this, that traffic report update from RS 5.15, Sapele Road Unit Command, Benin. We have movement from Benin to Sapele Road, traffic diversion by Moscow Junction flowing to Ekai Market. However, there are connecting points by Awari Supermarket and Sazi Filling Station due to the ongoing road rehabilitation. FRS operatives ensuring traffic flow. And we have movement from Sapele to Benin, from bypass to Total Filling Station flowing. Movement from Benin to Idogbo, Abraka by 3rd Junction to bypass flowing, and no impediment as at the time of this report. Thank you, AROCE, ESA. Thank you for your reports this morning. And we have update from RF 5.18 Abudu Unit Command, and traffic flowing from Benin to Abudu Road. It's flowing freely, and traffic flow from Agbo to Abudu is also free flowing and no impediment as at the time of this report. ARCEIER, thank you for your report this morning. And traffic report from RF 5.12 Benin Toll Gate Unit Command. Movement from Okada Junction to Ogwa is free. A movement from Ovia Bridge to Ikadolo Junction in Ward Benin is also free. A movement from Ikadolo Junction to Luku is free and no impediment as at the time of this report. DROC NG Agbako, thank you for your report this morning. And RF 5.17 Uromi Unit Command, traffic flow from Uromi Ewu is free, and traffic from Uromi Ekpoma is also free, and the traffic from Uromi Onitsha Ugbo is also free, and no impediment as at the time of this report. AROCES Osai, thank you for your report this morning. RF 5.1601 SCGA Unit Command, thank you for your report this morning. As at 7:22 this morning, movement from Akure Benin Road Oluku Session to Iyo Ascension is free. A movement from Akure Benin Road Iyo Ascension to Ugbojobo and session is also free, and there is no impediment as at the time of this report. ROCMI Rabo, thank you for your report this morning. And AROCJI Onotu is reporting from ROF 5.11 Aochi Unit Command. The movement from Agbede to Aochi is free. A movement from Aochi to Jeto Junction is also free. A movement from Aochi to Okpila is free. A movement from Aochi to Fuga is free as well, and no impediment as at the time of this report. And we have this report coming from EBS Zugbe ARC from RS 5.110 Afuze Unit Command, and it's a movement from Sabo to Uzeba. Movement from Sabo to Benin is free. Movement from Sabo to Ekpoma is also free, and movement from Sabo and Afuze to Auchi is free. And the weather condition is cloudy, and security threat no impediment as at the time of this report. ARCVA Bezugbe, thank you for your report this morning. And we have the last one from ROCPA Owonche from the ROS 5.1 Edo Command, and that's where we have the Ramat Park Aziz. And the traffic at Ramat Park roundabout, there is heavy traffic this morning from Agbo Road direction by the point of construction, and also from Jamila Junction. Note today, it's already been a market day, although the traffic flow is gradually moving anyway. And Lucky Way Junction to Upper Mission traffic is slightly heavy, but it's flowing gradually. Aduawa Junction is to Upper Mission Junction is free. Benin Lagos Road, there's traffic close to the construction site as a result of road construction. Benin Agbo Road is free flowing, but Okate told us something different. But
that place is not free flowing like that. Honestly,
we are seeing a report that
Okate's report is very, very correct.
Okay, so Okate's report is very correct, and it's not free flowing. Benin to Agbo Road is not free flowing at the moment, and Benin Aochi Road it's also not free flowing, and we have Agbo Road bypass free flowing and Aochi Road bypass traffic it's free flowing. Thank you, ROCPA Owenche, for your report this morning.
All right, we're going to take in a few more headlines before we open up the phone lines. On the Nation newspaper, we have something concerning the NNPC 210 trillion naira issue. Now, there's an audit report that says that the 210 trillion naira is unaccounted for and not stolen by the NNPCL. So the Senate Committee on Public Accounts on Thursday said the 210 trillion naira financial infraction it raised against the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in the audit report of 2017 to 2023 was unaccounted for by the oil company. So they're saying that the GMO did not steal it. It's just that it's not really accounted for.
So when something is not unaccounted for, what kind of English is that one? When something is not unaccounted for, what? So where did the money go to?
It wasn't stolen. It's just not accounted. It's not accounted.
The money grew. Well, anything is possible in Nigeria. It is what it was also in this country. We heard that snake swallowed money, monkey ate money. So anything is possible.
And they started playing with all the animals.
You can imagine. It's okay on. The money that you cannot account for. So where is the money? Can they just tell us?
Okay.
210 trillion naira. Is that enough to fix all the power problem we'll be having in this country?
So probably it wasn't accounted for the rehabilitation of the refinery. Maybe that's the excuse they're gonna give us.
So where did it go?
Okay. Well, we're still actually expecting more information concerning the refinery and rehabilitation funds. Okay, moving away from that, we have Miranda calls for stricter policies to end drug abuse. Miranda has called for stricter policies to end drug abuse. And this is where we finally bring an end to the headlines across different daily newspaper. We're going to open up the phone line now to get your reactions. 0904-436-2225. You can actually send us a message on WhatsApp too as well. Okay, we have a caller now. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, do well to call us back. We have a message here, and this one is coming from okay, this one reads, I remember telling those contesting against... Okay, let's get this call first. Hello, good morning.
I think we have
so just continue with the
network issues.
Okay, we had this one coming from FAG. It says, I remember telling those contesting against the Emilokun 1 APC to ensure gathering their super evidence for the court proceedings ahead, or else hold their peace after. How far now? Nevertheless, I sense this Emilokun Plan B strategy will not work for him again. That is why he must not fail to restructure Nigeria back to the real federal system of government in his first tenure. This is coming from FAG. Away from that, we have another text message on WhatsApp coming from Romoseli from Upper Siluku. He says, good morning, presenter and the only guy there in the midst of women. Special greeting. I'm talking about St. Patrick.
Blessed amongst women.
I tell you. Say congratulations to our amiable and workaholic governor on his victory. Point of correction, it's not Senator EGE that empowered the people with POS or cash, but an SSA to Delta State Governor. The senator only honored the invitation, and Shatima have said the truth. Reno and Bayo would soon come out and blast him. Okay. Thank you, Aroma Sele, for that update. All right, moving away from that, we still have more text messages from WhatsApp. We have this one coming from Raf from GRA. He says, good morning, Balama Refined Sugar. He who alleges must prove the preponderance of the evidence must favor the plaintiff claim. Court is never a studio room where some unscrupulous element can make unsubstantiated, this grammars this morning, claims to gain public sympathy emotionally, unduly without part, fairness and justice. Edo people don't wise for good government, for sustainable growth and development chair by Governor Monday Opebolo, the Chief Executive, according to the provisions of the Constitution, Section 176, Submission 2. All right, that is the message coming from our callers this morning. Okay, still bringing your calls. We're still expecting your call 0904-436-2225. And just in case you're trying to call us and it's not pushing through, you can actually send us a WhatsApp message on the same number.
Good morning, my sister.
Good morning. What is your name and location?
It's Ultimate Grace for the Motor Papers. Thank God it's Friday. Just imagine the trillions of missing accounted money. Trillions of accounted for. And the fact that no one is working. I don't blame Dangote by saying that Nigeria for major refinery cannot work again. Do you know what he's saying? Basically, the money is meant to review the refinery. Some people pocketed it. I used it to build more Sahel and there. Enjoying it. Now they're going to tell us, you don't think that the Nigeria refinery will work again. You know why he said it? But let's wait and see what will happen to those that invested this money. Coming to Fulani youth in Plateau, saying that nobody will free them from Plateau. No one can free them if they do evil. They cannot be another person learning, causing trouble, killing them, tormenting them. I say he cannot free them. Yes, he can live in any part of this country because we are one Nigeria, but he cannot be in my place and troubling me, terrorizing me. I say he should know this. So if they don't want to leave the Plateau, let them do needful. Let them peace in Plateau. So without that, they should leave Plateau alone and go to their places. Then coming to the man that said that no one will assist in 2027. Yes, I think Ibrahim is saying it because you know our electoral empire, INEC, you don't do the need in 2027. Conduct free, fair, and credible election. I don't think they'll be coming back to Asura 2027. So that's my own this morning.
All right, thank you so much, Ultima.
Ultima, thank you very much.
All right, keep your calls coming in.
You see, Belema, the 210 trillion naira, Dangote used $20 billion to build one of the biggest single refinery in the world.
Let's just take this call sharply. Hello, good morning. Hello. Go ahead.
So that money converted to naira is about, let's say, 35 trillion naira. So how many 35 trillion naira is in 210 trillion? So you can see how many refineries that's what are giving back to. Now the money is meant to fix, just to repair our refineries, and yet we are not getting results, and the money is unaccounted for. And you are telling us that the money is not stolen.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, your name and location.
Okay, this is Yusuf from Univen.
Yusuf, once again, go ahead.
Hello, good morning, Yusuf.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good morning to everyone in the studio.
Good morning to you.
Okay, firstly, I want to comment on the destructive opinion of Mr. President on the legality of declaring a state of emergency in River State. Now, I think something I've come to learn is that even when you are sitting or right next to the driver in a car, you cannot be having the same vision that the driver is getting from the side mirror. So why Mr. President was not the president yet, it was quite easy for him to criticize the action of the then leading president, which he himself is now coming to reenact the same thing he initially criticized.
That is one thing that we Nigerians are quite fond of. When we are not in the situation, we act as if we can see the whole thing.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we come back to our own words when we are now in that same position.
Yes.
Now, quickly concerning the POS empowerment, I don't think there is a business without competition. I think someone from the studio there made mention of farming as a better alternative of empowerment. But the irony of the reality is that there are more challenges to farming than POS business. Farming, for instance, is a skill, it's a business, and at the same time, it's a full-time job. I am partially into farming, and I know what that means. But on the other hand, you see, this POS business is just like a side hustle. You could try to focus on a more elaborate or sophisticated business, yet you have this, your POS stuff, as just an alternative or a side hustle. And again, farming sometimes could be seasonal. So these persons, you could just train them, but at the end of the day, they have to wait for certain seasons to have some certain crops planted. But POS, on the other hand, is not like that. It's like a business of all seasons. So I think the POS thing, we should applaud whoever did that empowerment. We should appreciate it, and we should thank him for doing that. Now, quickly concerning the embezzlement, concerning the NNPC, it's like me being sent on an errand to trade, to hawk something from my parents, and after the wholesale, I submitted a certain amount of money and withheld some for myself. Now, after being caught, I will now say, I actually did not steal it though. I just haven't accounted for them yet. So it doesn't make any sense. Nigerians are not that daft for them to just come on air and just say whatever they want to say. If the money was not accounted for, then what happened to it? Why did we not get the proper accountability for that money? Or is it now normal? Is it now right for us to have money that was meant for something not to be accounted for? So I think our government should do better when they are coming to the media to tell us stuff.
All right, thank you so much.
That's my take.
Yeah, for Yusuf, I quite agree with him when he said, when you are not in this mantle of leadership, you tend to see everything. Because I can remember our former Minister of Power, Housing, and Raji Fashola. He said in 6 months that he was going to fix the power sector. Trust me, Raji Fashola stayed there for over 4 years. We are still.
We have another call here, Desi. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, your name.
My greetings to everybody in the studio.
Good morning.
I'm Emmanuel.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
I'm calling from Uyo, sir.
Go ahead.
First of all, the People Democratic Party governorship aspirants as well should not be disappointed because we cannot have two governors in the state, but only one governor. So what he needs to do is to contribute his own quota to his people, because the people need his support. It's effective that he is not a governor, but Edo needs his own support because he's a great man. So that is for that. The governor is working very well. So, like some of us, we have no option than to support anybody that is doing well. So that is how we have it now. And for Atiku, if we can really recall, we discovered that before 2029, Atiku wanted to destroy APC, but because the party has so many intelligent people, although they are not doing well right now, they were able to reposition the party, and the party get their own victory in that 2019. Then it's not that. It's not. I'm not lying that the same Atiku have ruled this People Democratic Party, and now they want to also scatter this ADC. So I know you have everybody's a fresher, but there are some things God will not forgive anybody that fails to be transparent, that cannot admit and follow the people's decision. Right. Because it's clear that Nigeria is not a people.
All right, thank you so much,
so
Emmanuel.
Why can't you relax? Why do you want to destroy our nation?
Sorry to cut you short there, Emmanuel, but let's try to keep it a minute so we can, entertain as much calls as we can. All right. 0904-436-2225. That is the number. We still have messages rolling up on WhatsApp. We have this one coming from Ogwaligo from Ohoro. He said, good morning, EBS family. A big congratulations to Governor Mondio Pebble. It's a pity that the people advising Peter Obi failed to tell him the truth about his mistake of joining the coalition party called ADC, because from the very beginning, he should have known the North would choose Atiku over him. All right, more calls. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning, your name and location.
I'm calling from around the Permission Extension.
Your name?
My name is Chijoke Nkendika.
Welcome, Chijoke. Go ahead sharply.
Concerning the outcome of the Supreme Court vote, the condition and the process leading to one imagine as a winner of any political position in Nigeria has been a complicated and excruciating one. You see, that is why once the bourgeois within the political spectrum and those within the judiciary system choose you as the one they want, no matter what the vote of the masses may be saying, that does not matter. Even though the INEC declare you as a winner, they will from the court declare you as a loser. If the INEC declare you as a loser, they will from the court declare you as a winner. And so we are not celebrating the way we are celebrating because the loser was actually a loser or the winner is actually a winner. But we are celebrating the way we are celebrating is because that is the condition we have found ourselves. So what I want to tell last week, Godalo, is for him to see this world. He's already a successful man, and let him continue to support the state in a way, in any means he can, to show that he was not fighting for his selfish interest, and still hope and believe that what goes around comes around. While the Okobondo should make sure that he keep the ground running to reflect with what could be seen in his campaign manifesto. So that is the little I can say about that. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Chijoke, for that. All right, we have a message on WhatsApp here, and it's still coming from FAG, and it says, haven't you heard President Trump in USA has traced the Edo Yahoo boy who cornered funds directed to Trump through crypto? Crypto fraud is traceable. When there's a will, there's a way. You know, we're saying that crypto fraud is untraceable. Well, he's saying that it's actually traceable. Well, it depends on actually the platform or how. If I don't think I'll start educating people on how they can actually. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Belema, refined sugar baby.
Good morning, Ralph.
The oracle from Aditya City of those State. Sugar baby, she see the
I thought you would say B for ball.
You know, that one I put it
B for ball, A for apple.
No, that one I AJ. That signifies or that symbolizes J for job, A for apple.
Okay.
You know this with you.
Okay.
Sugar baby, there.
I did here.
We have the ages spots here.
Carry on.
Good
morning to you.
Patrice, I salute you and Desmond, Abokasa.
Hello.
Good morning,
Mr. Raf.
good morning,
Hello.
Raf.
Yes.
Concerning the POS, if the money do not work out, they go to a transfer. Agriculture supposed to be one major factor that not supposed to have focus on. Agriculture, we need food to keep ourselves alive. In order to do our daily by day activities, in order to be functional well. Agriculture is a means of jobs and employment. Agriculture is a source of income and money. Shelter is there. For instance, as a raw material for industry. And those abandon now, they spare POS. I don't secure the land so that people can go back to farming. How many farming will still grow? When the Bible children and eat come up for the kind of egg them. Not be shovel and hold give to the mind. How will they run from farming? Rest my case.
All right, rest
Thank
your
you,
case, Raf.
Raphael.
Thank you for that. The number is 0904-436-2225. And we have AJ Sports in the building. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm cool. Very, very funny. But today, like I always say, good morning, Benin City. God bless Nigeria. But it's a very shocking one. Aren't you surprised that the sun is coming out today?
The sun, yeah.
It's not very cold.
So you've been happy that it's been raining?
No, I like it.
2 weeks.
No, the funniest thing is that it has just been normal. So it was shocking that I saw the sun this morning.
Okay. All right, we'll take another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, people in the studio.
Good morning. Your name?
Hello, good
and
morning.
location.
My name is Mr. Alpha, the original work today from the Eastern Center, 9 in Benin. I think everybody in the studio.
Good morning.
Mr. Agba, good morning.
Yeah, Edmond,
Yes,
how
sir.
are you?
Very
You
fine,
people
sir.
are blessed in the studio.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I want to congratulate our amiable governor,
Yes.
Senator Mojo.
Yes, sir.
Please be careful of big bereo. They do not go up and tackle the money. At the end of the day, they will say that they don't know what they do. Make the copy the leg of Abrosali, they copy the leg of Osomori, and the our late former president. I mean, governor, Ogbamudia, late Ogbamudia. Make the leg in name take the issue, good issue. May not promise what you cannot do. May not promise agriculture. They will not go hard. So many things today are among of the things that affect the government. Promise and faith is disease. I want to know why Atiku does not want to relax this government. You see, past Baba, Niger Delta Baba, forgot his name. He has gone to rest now. There's no rest in this. That man get honor. He can't honor nowhere where not get honor that Jonathan. Jonathan, where the whole world understand how to work. Why our Baba no one get peace and to rest in Nigeria this peace? And I was surprised to hear they said they will be to join another party. Will be that make Nigeria very happy warmly. He's now going to join another party. It's a disgrace. A goal that you put high. When you go make good, you go for make good. It's a nice choice and hearing. Okay, instead of going to join APC, you should better relax. Or you join APC, the very party, so that you get honor.
Right.
I cannot open my eye, use the basket, play go river, without touching water. That man, just not go waste his money and waste the labor. Our labor should not be in vain. And everybody should join our governor, Opamoro, Anthony Godalo, whatever you have in your mind to do, if you bring say you come as the governor, plan it with our governor so that people should work together, honor and respect with you all you.
All right.
Thank you, God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much. And that is the last call. We're going to be kicking off with sports with AJ and St. Patrick. Stay tuned.
National Broadcasting Service, 95.7 FM. Sports.
All right, good morning, sports fans out there. You on to sports update this morning on the show. Still morning drive on EBS Radio. I have AJ Sports. I'd like to say good morning once again, AJ Sports.
Yeah, good morning, St. Patrick's.
Let's quickly look at what's happening in the sporting world. In the 8 hours of yesterday, we saw the result of a rescheduled match of the MLS. We have the match between New England Revolution versus Inter Miami, where Lionel Messi scoring a brace, and that's a back-to-back brace for Lionel Messi for Inter Miami and the U.S. team.
Yeah, I think that was a huge one for Inter Miami, pushing the team through, owned by an iconic football player, David Beckham. So he has been doing something very good for the team. And we also hear that somebody they call Little Messi bodyguard, Rodrigo de Paul, very fantastic midfielder from Atletico de Madrid and Argentina. Also, they are in talks with him to see how they can bring him to Inter Miami, and bringing him there, I think, is going to be a very massive one for David Beckham and his colleagues.
All right, not just Inter playing yesterday, we also have the match between Los Angeles FC versus Colorado Rapids, and a 3-0, and that's a very huge win for Los Angeles FC.
Yeah, a huge one. I think there was a player in Los Angeles FC a few years ago. Blessing Latifi Ghani, I think I'm close to the guy. He has been very wonderful, and since that time I've been following Los Angeles, and very, very fine one. And also not forgetting that David Beckham also played for the club.
All right, so let's really look at some of we have some of the Conference League qualification played yesterday. There are some new names that they're all fighting to get a slot at the UEFA Conference League, but that's not important. But let's really look at the friendly matches played yesterday, and we have so many of them played. Over 200 matches played yesterday, and friendly matches.
Pre-season,
yes,
you just need to keep your team in shape, and these friendly matches really matters.
And this time around, the result doesn't really matter, because I've seen the match between Young Boys and Sparta Prague ended 1-3.
Yeah.
Looking at if it's a huge competition, do you think Sparta Prague can defeat Young Boys?
I think Young Boys a little bit above Sparta Prague. Prague is a very, very formidable team from Czech Republic. Very rich culture, rich footballing nation also. I think just a little bit above Young Boys, maybe because of finances. But I think when it comes to producing some of the best players, we've seen Sparta Prague done that over the years.
All right, so enough of the friendly matches played yesterday. Let's look at what's going on at the Women's African Cup of Nations Group B, where Tunisia, they were held by Algeria. It's a scoreless draw for Algeria and Tunisia. But the match between Nigeria and Botswana ended 1-0, and it was a very, very tight match for the Super Falcons. But I feel they need to do more. They need to work on the team, because we have all our players prepared and ready for this tournament. But seeing them scoring a late goal against Botswana is a big blow for the Super Falcons.
Yeah, big blow, but 3 points was secured in the bag, and now they are in the next round of the tournament. I think that's very important. But also, we also need to give kudos to people who deserve it. Also, Botswana, I never expected how they played yesterday, trying to cage the Falcons, and it was really very good until Chiwendu scored in the very almost the last minutes of the game, the last quarter of the game. She scored the goal, and it gave us the lead, and we got all the 3 points. A huge one for them. But like you said, I think we really need to improve. It was a beautiful first game where we won 3-0. But now that second game yesterday, like I said, Botswana really tried. I was not expecting. I was expecting a basket of goals, but unfortunately, Botswana did it. And big congratulations to the Super Falcons. And also, the Wafu B tournament also started in Ghana yesterday, under 20 Wafu B tournament, and the Jollof Derby kick-started it, Nigeria and Ghana, and the game ended 1-1 with Ghana scoring first in the first half before Nigeria had to rally around to score in the second half, and it was 1-1. The game ended. Huge one for both teams. Game of pride more than football.
All right, so there's no winner, and there's no winner at the end of the day. So both jollof rice, it's
but
they're both edible. So,
but the point is very vital because it's a two-group team. So therefore, whoever the first two teams qualify to the semi-final of the Wafu B. And also, before we go on to St. Patrick's, the one they call the most important league in Nigeria football. The NLL, the playoff was concluded yesterday, and it was really a fantastic one. Warri Wolves, they are back. The MPFL this time around. After so many seasons, they won their game yesterday against Crown FC of Oshogbo 2-1. While Cool Khalifa, surprise package, they'll be playing the MPFL again promotion in the Southern Conference. They defeated Osun United FC 2-1 also. While Purowa FC from Kano State, I think this will be the closest derby we'll be seeing in the MPFL next season, because Kano Pillars are there and this team is also there, and the distance between the two stadiums is just a stone throw. So it's going to be a very massive derby next season. While Wiki Tories also, after so many years of will be coming back to the MPFA. Congratulations to these teams.
All right, let's really look at what the winners are, and let's look at who is moving from one club to the other. And we have this according to Fabrizio saying, here we go for former Chelsea player Noni Madueke now moving to Arsenal, and Arsenal agree fee in excess of £50 million for Noni Madueke for Chelsea, and package it in excess for £50 million with added-ons included. Green light from Chelsea to proceed as it's all done. Madueke already agreed 5-year deal at Arsenal days ago, and he's now set to join Mikel Arteta, and he has always wanted Madueke, and now he's going to Arsenal, and he's already there.
Noni Madueke, the English international, I think not consistent, but when he's in fine form, he can mesmerize defenders, and that was perhaps what Arteta is also looking at. But many Arsenal fans might just be saying they need to close a striker, maybe Gukares, and it's something they have been talking about. But for a good one for Noni Madueke. But like you see in football now, according to somebody I really love his analysis very much, Roy Keane says any kid that kicks a ball in the street now is now worth £30 million. So we see all this fee all the time, but think a decent player for Arsenal.
All right, talking about former Manchester United player Ray Ferdinand, he spoke about Super Eagles player. He has always wanted Super Eagles player. I'm talking about Victor Osimhen. He always wanted him to be moved to Manchester United, and he's seeing Osimhen very close in on Galatasaray return. But I'm sure Rio Ferdinand will not be happy and will never forgive Manchester United if they don't sign Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, I think Ray Ferdinand is a professional football player. He knows the business. There was a time as a Manchester United player, he almost signed for Chelsea when Peter Ken was there in Chelsea as the sporting director. So he understands this business. There's no beef. There's nothing. What just plays around is money. So I think, but for Galatasaray now with Victor Osimhen, he already agreed a 3 years deal with Galatasaray. But the challenge now is that they had the Galatasaray and Napoli had a conversation. But yesterday we heard that the conversation has hit the rock because Ahila is still interested in Victor Osimhen. So Ahila wants to pay the full 75 million euros at once, but Galatasaray is thinking of spreading the payment for over 3-4 years. So Napoli, they are looking at
the money.
Yeah, a situation where they can get the money once. But I think before the end of the summer, the deal will be sorted. And for Osimhen to Manchester United,
I'm also very
sure
sure that Osimhen does not want to make a Saudi move at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. Particularly because he enjoyed the season with Galatasaray. Maybe that's one move. But we've seen a lot of, even his fellow player currently at Atalanta, the top scorer for Atalanta this season, Roque, an Italian, they've agreed, Akwashi in Saudi Arabia agreed a deal of almost 64 million euros yesterday for him to move. I think almost the same age with Victor Osimhen. So football in Saudi Arabia is quite very, very different from what we used to see in previous seasons.
All right, one of the most surprising move happened just yesterday, where we saw that Tottenham Hotspur have agreed deal to sign Morgan Gibbs-White from Nottingham Forest, and Spurs trigger £60 million release clause after the red contact with Nottingham Forest. And that happened yesterday, and club has been informed. A medical booked set to take place in 24 hours, and Telegraph has confirmed with formal steps of move being completed.
Yeah, I think they have been on his neck for quite a while now. Ben Gibbs-White, I think, very fine player. I've been following him from the days from Wolves, and he has really established himself in the Premier League, especially last season. He was fantastic for a very flourishing Nottingham side, where Nuno really totaled the team very well. Nottingham Forest really flourished last season. Most players will see Elanga moving to Newcastle. I think not too good for our own because he was struck with multiple injuries. So I think it would have also been there. But good one for Tottenham. Right also.
All right, Tottenham Hotspur now looking like the club to beat when the EPL will resume in August, because they've also have more players like Mokudus and Gibb White, and it's a combination of two fantastic players and £150 million well spent.
Yeah, I think a very big one. Marquez signing for them was Mohamed Kudus, the Ghanaian international. I think he was fantastic, or rather, he has just been fantastic since he stepped his foot into the EPL. So I think it's a good signing for him. A lot of teams also contacted Mohamed Kudus, Newcastle especially, but he wanted Tottenham, and the package was also right for him. But Newcastle now have Elanga, so they can now fight for maybe the EPL title.
All right, lastly, AJ Sports. Let's really look at what Arsenal is eyeing at the moment. And Victor Gyokeres talks still on the way, with player not planning to return at all to Sporting Lisbon. But Arsenal and Sporting remain in negotiations, and there's a gap in valuation, but deal hasn't collapsed at this stage. And we're actually looking forward to see Victor joining Arsenal. It's a possible move. He has asked Sporting Lisbon that he has already told them that he's not coming to resume training with them, and he wants to go elsewhere.
Yeah, but first, let's establish the fact that he has a contract with Sporting Lisbon, and his buyout clause is about 80 million euros. So, therefore, he doesn't have the right. He's not up to 28 at 30 years, as FIFA will allow those players to make decisions. So, if Sporting wants to keep him, or wants the actual amount, he signed the contract, so that's how it's going to be for Gyokeres. But we understand that they are in very good position, Arsenal now, to sign him, because it is really a very interesting one. Package will be discussed on how these fees will be made, but very soon, in my opinion, Victor Gyokeres will be Arsenal new number 9.
All right, that's football. Football is real business, and we were talking about money, and you can find players moving from one club to the other with huge amount of money. And that's Sports Obvious this morning. I'd like to say thank you, AJ Sports. Thank you, Sugar Baby. Thank you, Desi. That's your new name. And also thank you, Claudia. All right.
Y'all love me is the same reason y'all condemn me. A man's measured by the way that he thinks. Not clothing lines, ice links, leather and minks. I spent 20 plus years seeking knowledge of self. So for now, Mark Brecht is living life for wealth. Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. John Cena wins. Here's your winner, the WWE Champion, John Cena. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot, I fell off, I'm still not John Cena.
Good morning, it's 8:30 and this is the news bit. President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has congratulated Governor Monday Okpebholo on his confirmation as the duly elected candidate in the September 2024 governorship elections in Edo State. Akpabio, in a congratulatory message personally signed by him, described the Supreme Court verdict as the triumph of democracy and the will of the people. The Senate President noted that the declaration by the Supreme Court in favor of Governor Monday Okpebholo against Mr. Asue Ighodalo of the People's Democratic Party as the legitimately and constitutionally elected governor of Edo State has proven the elections are won at the ballot and by people who have identified with the grassroots. He said the judgment was again reaffirmed the fact that democracy is at play and the people of Edo State have wholeheartedly embraced the all-progressive Congress and popularly elected their preferred choice of Senator Okpebholo as their governor. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) candidate in the September 2024 governorship election in Edo, Asue Ighodalo, says he feels a deep sense of betrayal in the Supreme Court judgment against his governorship bid. Ighodalo, in his reaction to the EBS court verdict on Thursday, said though he accepted the finality of the judgment, he does not and cannot pretend that what was delivered amounts to justice. He spoke in a statement he personally signed in Abuja shortly after the EBS court ruled on the election dispute. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Bayo Ojulari, has again failed to appear before the Senate Committee on Public Accounts, despite a 10-day ultimatum issued to him over unaccounted funds totaling 210 trillion naira. Instead of appearing in person, the NNPCL GCEO sent representative to the hearing on Thursday. However, the committee declined to engage with the delegation, insisting that although the group chief himself must appear to address the 11 critical financial queries raised in the company's audited statement. And with that concludes the news beat for 8:30. Good morning.
Celebrate the distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, officially declared winner by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Your mandate has been confirmed.